Action. Okay, so now we're going to look at the next group of angle relationships. Yesterday we looked at complementary and supplementary angles. So just to recap there, complementary angles add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. The word that you use with complementary is complement, and the word with supplementary is supplement. That's right. So today we're looking at angles about a point. Now you might see this written in various different ways. It can be angles at a point, angles about a point, or angles around a point. It all means the same thing. If you've got the a point and angles bit, it will come up on Math Space for you anyway. So if you look at the three diagrams that we've drawn, and using what we learned yesterday, what do you think angles at a point add up to? Actually, 360 degrees, that's right. So angles at a point add up to 360 degrees, so they are equivalent to a revolution, okay? Now, let's have a look at this first one then. So we'll have angle A, angle B, and angle C. So who can give me a sentence, a mathematical sentence, using those letters? Poppy, sorry.
Could it be angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 160?
Well done. So A plus B plus C equals 360 degrees. Well done. Okay, anyone got another one? Mackenzie?
Wait, no.
Molly?
Could you say B is the
Well, let's start the sentence with 360, shall we? 360, take A,
equals B and C.
equals B plus C. Well done, equals B plus C. Okay, can someone give me another one? Because obviously, if you've got the 360 degrees here and you take away angle A there, you're left with B and C, aren't you? Okay? How would we work out, say, angle B? If I wanted my equal sign to say angle B, what would I have to do? Alex?
Angle A plus C minus 300.
Right, so the other way around. So 360, okay, subtract, and then this is where if you do it on your calculator, you need to do your brackets. It'll be A plus C. You can do 360, take A, take C. But here, the easiest way to do it is if you add up the two angles that you're given to find the third one and take them away from 360. So they're your angles about a point. Okay, this next one then, let's call this one angle Y. Now, we've been given a clue on the diagram. What is the clue? Poppy.
There's 120 degrees, but there's a right angle. So
Good girl, there's a right angle, and we know that because we've got the square corner. So if you get a diagram with a right angle on it, my advice is immediately write 90 degrees on it so that you know that that's what it is. Okay, so who can give me a sentence now about those three angles? Cassidy. No, not necessarily. Can you do me one where you add them all first? 120 plus... Caleb?
Plus Y.
Plus 90 equals 360, that's right. Because we know, don't we, that that angle and that angle and that angle all make the revolution. So 120 plus Y plus 90 is 360. Now I know what you were trying to say. You were trying to do the subtract one, weren't you? So let's have a go at that then. We want to know what Y is. So we've got to have something that equals Y. Talon.
it would be to find out what y is, it'd be 360 take 120 plus 90.
Yeah, so don't forget the brackets, 120 plus 90. Okay, so 360, take 120 plus 90, but that has to be in brackets. If you do it on your calculator without the brackets, what it will do, it will take away the 120, but then it will add the 90 back, so you'll have only taken away 30. So you have to put the brackets in order to get the right answer. Okay, so if you've got your calculator out, have a go at that with the bracket. So do 360, subtract, then open your bracket. 120 plus 90 equals y. So what does y equal? 150, is that right? Yeah, it is, well done. Yep, 150. The way we could do it as well, 360 take 90 is 270, take away another 100 is 170, take away another 20 is 150. That's absolutely right, well done. Okay, this last one then, we have angles about a point with x. This is what we were doing yesterday when we were looking with the letters. So who can give me the mathematical sentence? Ashi?
5x.
Well done. 5x equals...
72. I haven't worked it out.
No, 5x equals what?
Yeah, it equals
360. So, how am I going to find out what one lot of x is, Tyler?
72 degrees.
No, how am I going to find it out? That's the answer, but how am I going to find it out?
Yeah. Divide 360 by 5.
Yeah, so you do 360 divided by 5, and so x equals
72.
72 degrees, that's right, okay? Because there's 5 of them, and if they've got the same letter, we assume that they are the same size. Although I know mine aren't perfectly drawn the same size. If they've got the same letter, you assume they're the same size. Okay. So everyone happy with those? So what we're going to look at now then is our second angle relationship of today, which is vertically opposite angles. Okay, so I'm going to rub these out, and you need to draw me 3 big X's. I'll show you in a second. Okay. So I'll do one so that you can see what it looks like. So you've got an X like that. Okay, we'll have one like this. Narrow one. Okay. And then another big one like this. So, let's have a look at this one. So we've got angle A here, which is there. And the angle that is vertically opposite to this one is this one here. You may hear them just called vertical angles. You may hear them just called opposite angles. But in Australia, we call them vertically opposite, okay? The other way to remember it, it's the kissing angle, because it forms an X. And you know when you write kiss, kiss, kiss on a text or something, it means X, 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 it means kiss, 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 doesn't it? So it's the kissing angle because it forms an X, okay? I had one class who liked that, and they remembered that. And whenever we did vertically opposite, they all used to go like that to remember it. Okay, so if these angles are equal, okay, what can you tell me about these two angles? They're going to be equal also, that's right, because if you think about it, they are supplementary. So if A is the same as that one, that angle has to be the same as that one because they're both going to add up to 180, aren't they? So,
180, 360.
No. That's going to add up to 180 and that's going to add up to 180. Altogether they'll add up to 360. Do you see what I mean? That's why they're the same, because A and B have to add up to 180. And if A is the same as A and B have to add up to 180. Yeah. So A equals A degrees and B equals B degrees. Okay? So if A was 50 degrees, what's B? This is what we did yesterday.
130.
130, that's right. So let's have a look at this one then. We'll call this angle M, and that can be 135 degrees. This one, then, okay, we need to find, we'll call that N, O, and P. So, OP. So if N is 135 degrees, I need to know what N, O, and P are, but I need a reason. Okay, so who'd like to give me one of them that they know? Zach.
N is 135.
Because
It's opposite sides of N.
vertically opposite, that's right. So N is 135 degrees because it is vertically opposite. Okay, what about O? Vertically opposite to M, we'll put, yeah.
45 degrees.
Well done. O is 45 degrees. Why?
Because if you combine 135 and 135, then it's 270.
Yeah.
And then the remaining is.
Oh, okay.
and then you
Oh,
add
okay,
it.
you've done it that way. How about this? Why is O 45 degrees?
Because that's a straight line.
Because it's adjacent supplementary to M. So it's supplementary to M. Do you see it forms a straight line? Okay. And then so this one's 45, yeah. What about P?
45.
45 degrees, why?
Vertically opposite.
Because it's vertically opposite to O. Yeah. So in any of these, if you're given one of them, you can work all of them out. Okay? So if you were given P and it was 50, O would have to be 50 because they're vertically opposite. What would M have to be?
130.
Because
It's that's what.
Supplementary, that's right, because they add up to 180. So again, it comes back to those three numbers, 90, 180, 360. If you always think of those, you'll probably get the right kind of way to work it out. Yes?
With complementary and supplementary, does it have a word for 360 degrees?
Yes, angles at a point. Not pointimentary, unfortunately. Yeah, they're called angles at a point. It's a bit clumsy, I know what you mean, because complementary and supplementary are nice words, but then there isn't... If it was revolutionary, that would mean something a bit different, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's have a look at this. We'll have 50 degrees, and this one is going to be 2x. Okay, so have a think about it. If we call this one A again and call this one B, what do you know? Cameron?
That B is double.
B is 2x. Yeah, B is 2x as well. So B equals 2x as well because they are vertically opposite angles, so they're the same size. What else do we know?
Does A equal 50?
Well done. A equals 50 because it is
Supplementary.
vertically opposite to 50. Now then, how are we going to work out what 2x is? Remember we did this yesterday. Yeah.
I did it not that way.
How did you do it?
I did 50, like Tyler, I times 50 by 2, which is 100, and then subtracted that from 360.
Oh, okay, so you did it this way then. So, if we know that B is also 2x and A is 50 degrees, this is the equation. We know that 360 subtract 4x subtract 100 is going to equal 0, isn't it? Okay? It's not a great way of doing it, really. The way we would do is that 4x is going to equal 360. Take 100, isn't it? Because if you take that 50 away and take that 50 away, you're left with the 4x, aren't you? So what is 4x worth?
Or 4x, 260.
Yep. So 4x is 260
And 165.
and x is worth
630. And then 65.
Yeah? 2x is worth 130 and then x is 65. That's right.
Yeah, you said 1.
So this angle is 130, this angle is 130. Okay, let's stop there then.